Welcome to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast presented by FanDuel. Folks, happy, Wednesday is when this comes out. Happy to be here. We got some stuff to talk about. We got Raw. We got SmackDown. We even have Grand Slam and like a ton of AEW stuff that happened. We have Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. Next week will be our predictions episode on the big 169. Next week, the SW Predictions Championship will be defended, for next week. We'll do a stream and all that. So, yeah, a lot of this kind of looking to what's being built. But, Jimmy, how we feeling? What's cooking on that side of the table? Talk to me.
I'm feeling grand. Jade Cargill defended her WWE Championship this past Friday night in SmackDown successfully. What a time that was. This weekend, I'm hitting up Limitless Pro Wrestling in Maine. Yeah. So, pro wrestling on the up and up.
On the docket, for sure. Folks, before we dive into stuff, a couple plugs, couple housekeeping. First and foremost, all of our links are linked in the description. Instagram, our YouTube channels, hit that. And patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling for a bonus 1 hour or so. We go over at this point mostly. We're answering your questions. We're taking some stuff we didn't mention on the podcast. And blow out's a good time over there. Patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. Is there anything else I got to plug? I think that's it. We can dive right in. I think I don't know. How are you feeling in a general sense? And I hate to start off the podcast like in a negative way. And maybe it's just the season for me, but how are we feeling about where WWE and Raw is at right now? Because I'll be honest, I left Raw being like, it was an episode.
It was an episode on Monday night. But before we get into some vibes about that, let me just
please
go into some negativity, but in a positive way.
Okay.
Tom Brady, you tall, lanky bitch. You couldn't take a brain buster off the top of a ladder.
I'm glad we're starting here.
You couldn't lace Logan Paul's boots, okay? You clown. How about you be a father, huh? How about you be a husband, Tom Brady?
That's crazy.
I don't care. What a jerk that guy is. WWE's cute. You couldn't have a half a match, pal. As someone that actually wrestled a match.
Yeah, yes. I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
That assumes that I'm more athletic than Tom Brady, which I disagree.
Nah, maybe not.
But that's kind of, I'm glad we're starting. This is kind of a fun one to start with. What's your because I know where I genuinely lean, and I think I'm able to see it maybe differently because I'm not like a diehard football fan or whatever. Like, I genuinely, with all my being, know and think that Logan Paul is a better athlete than Tom Brady in his prime. Not football player, not competitor, I would even say. Yes. But like, if we're putting them through a physical fitness gauntlet and the running, jumping, strength tests, I think, in terms of I think strength tests would be closer than we imagine. So, we're talking real primes here, but if we're talking in each of their prime, which I would argue right now is for Logan Paul, maybe even a year or two ago, if you want to be generous, and then prime like Tom Brady.
You got to go back and see all those, plastic surgeries he got because his face has morphed and changed over the last 25 years, and try to figure out what year is his prime. But yeah.
Wow, you're tough. I forgot how much you're a Tom Brady hater.
I'm a big Tom Brady hater. So him coming at my favorite sport, professional wrestling, WWE, was really grinding my gears. But
yeah, even outside of all that fandom though, I think even so objectively, even if you even didn't have a thing against Tom Brady, what's your genuine opinion on it?
Logan Paul's for sure more athletic than Tom Brady ever was.
So, right?
Tom Brady's he is a legitimate athlete. I'm not discrediting his athletic ability, but his thing is always with the mind. You go back to the draft combine photo, he looks like just like a regular guy almost.
Right.
And to play the quarterback position, you got to be athletic, you got to be tough, but a lot of his skill set was with his mind, and for him to come in to that interview and just little bro WWE, little bro Logan Paul, maybe he was doing it as a heel shtick, maybe he it was on camera, it was to promote the flag football league, whatever.
For sure.
But however, I did not like the sentiment. I hate Tom Brady as it is, and for him to belittle my sport was and I'm as happy Logan Paul kind of stood up for himself a little bit, whatever. Now when you go down to the average NFL player and that discussion, because it kind of was all over online about could an average NFL player do what Logan Paul does? like Saquon Barkley probably can do the buckshot area and all those stuff, but not as good and not as he wouldn't know what to do about the crowd and the inner. There's so much nuance in professional wrestling. Like not every, and it's been proven, not every just athlete can do professional wrestling.
Right, but in terms of like straight up athleticism, like you look at like the top running backs and wide receivers, there's a way better conversation in terms of who is way more pure athletic than Logan Paul, who's winning in a foot race, who's benching more. Like, you know, again, I think there is maybe a difference between like, I don't know, is there a difference between someone who's more athletic and who's in better physical condition, where like, you know, someone can be at the gym and be in like peak physical condition, but can't kick a soccer ball for their life. But also there's a difference between athletic competitor than being an athlete, where like Tom Brady has like 7 rings or whatever, and there are achievements that qualify you as like, no, he's a good athlete because he's achieved this. However, like I think there's like a middle ground between like, you know, physical fitness and accomplishment and whatever. And I think a lot of people were saying like, you know, Logan Paul couldn't take a hit that Tom Brady took. First of all, I don't know. First of all, Tom Brady has a lot of pads on taking those hits.
They changed the rules for the guy. They changed the sport of football so Tom Brady wouldn't get hit as much.
They deflated the ball.
That's another discussion. But yes, like
Michael Jordan's over there playing grab ass. Everything's cooked.
Yes.
I'm glad you said. Yeah, I saw that discussion. I think I made a video about it, and I don't know if I articulate myself well, but it's interesting. It's an interesting discussion. I don't know. All right, well, that's where we stand on that. We'll go to some stuff that happened on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. We're starting with the Men's Elimination Chamber qualifiers. We'll jump all the way to SmackDown. We have Cody Rhodes defeating Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn to qualify for the Men's Elimination Chamber. How do we feel?
Man, heading into this match, I was kind of singing the praises of like, yeah, you know, Cody Rhodes is QB1. He's the face of the program, but I wasn't so sure he was going to win. He did ultimately get the win here. I thought it was a pretty solid match. I had a lot of fun. I thought for sure Drew was going to do what Drew does seemingly every week and cost Cody and put Sammy in the chamber, but Cody kicked out and QB1 doing QB1 things. I thought it was a great main event of SmackDown.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, for the right reason, fancy booking going into this, whether like you said, Drew comes in and all 3 of these guys qualify, or Sammy goes over and then that leads to Cody, Drew, you know, like others. There's a ton of different stuff. Well, I guess not Cody Drew because Drew's the champion, but and then to get the Cody straight up win, and also the way he won, right? We did have Drew come out, and Drew even took Cody out. I think there was an attempt to do what you were saying, and then Drew hit Cody with the Claymore. And Cody, and the crowd was not loving Cody. Oh. And Cody just got it's with the Claymore and then fucking shoulder up, which like granted the guy kicked out like 3 AAs and whatever. So like I get it, doesn't do much for the Claymore though. Sami Zayn hitting a haluva kick to save Cody. Cody rolling up Sammy to get the win. There's a few things here. I mean, we joke about it all the time, and at this point I do think it means nothing, but like, you know, awfully heelish of Cody to roll up his good buddy Sammy. But also, what does this do / mean for Sammy and Jacob? I think Sammy looks, and I think this is all on purpose, and this is all obviously the writing, but like it does make Sammy look like a doofus. Jacob, I would have, if I were to choose like one person from this 3 who I would enjoy most seeing in the chamber perform, it's Jacob.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I that's a tough one for me, but yeah, I can
moonsault off the pod.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course. But I am a Cody mark
for sure. Yeah. No, I get it. He's gonna do like the triumphant thing. His blonde hair is gonna get a little shade of red in it. It's gonna be awesome.
I think it's his chamber to win too, but that's neither here nor there.
And again, and if we're talking about that, then it's like, and you know me, I'm a Cody guy as well. I am someone that. You know, I always talk about how I even like, and this isn't a Cody thing, but I defended John Cena's heel turn. I defended this about Cody and like I am someone that I can see the real glass half full of a lot of wrestling, and I'm still on Team Cody, but I'm even kind of, and I think it takes a lot for me. I'm even kind of getting a little bored and a little just like, you know, okay, so Cody wins this. He goes to the chamber. He's going to win the chamber. And then we have Cody Drew and the speculation, fancy booking around, you know, if that's going to be straight up one-on-one. But like, I don't know. Cody Drew at Mania for the title doesn't move me. I don't think it's moving any more tickets as they're already having some problems. Use code whatever for 25% off those $5,000 nosebleeds. But I don't know. I'm kind of not excited about this.
Yeah, and I don't really blame you. And I think it's kind of I put more blame, unfortunately, onto Drew than for Cody for the current, like, it's kind of predictable and boring, especially if we do get Cody and Drew again, which I think we're probably going to.
I think we are too.
Just based off the storyline. But I feel like there was some big energy and big changes made for the previous match they had where the Three Stitches Hell where Drew won the title, and that was
a fun match too.
It was a fun match too, and it was a kind of I feel like definitely a kind of a left swerve booking decision where like they kind of felt the energy towards Cody, and like you are and me big fans of Cody, but we do recognize that there is definitely a kind of growing resentment in the fandom, at least in the crowds and of course online, as always it is, that Cody Rhodes kind of LOL Cody wins, and like we're kind of a bit tired of him, perhaps, of him being the number one main featured guy in the main world title pictures. So maybe it could again benefit Cody himself if he wants to maintain this, the babyface QB1 stature for him not to win the chamber. What does he do at Mania? I don't really know. Of course, the whole Randy thing is there.
Yep, Randy's in the chamber. I think that's the big thing I'm looking at too, is Randy's in the chamber. We don't have the full field yet, and like if you wanna have a new challenger, you do have the opportunity of Cody Randy. Like at this point, I think I'm accepting we're not getting it. I don't know. And I've been wrong. Hey, I've been wrong before. Isn't that crazy? But I don't know.
Let me ask you this. If there's been a lot of speculation of of course Cody, Drew, and then Jacob in a triple threat match at Mania. How about we, I mean, again, it's unfortunate because I love Jacob in that spot, but something tells me something on the marquee about having not Jacob be there, but maybe a Randy Orton be there and have a triple threat match with Randy, Cody, and Drew. I think that adds a lot more excitement towards a championship match featuring Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Of course, the Viper, Randy Orton, who you can't go wrong. And I think the story's there too, but I personally would rather kind of a one-on-one matchup with Cody and Randy. And you don't need the title for that,
right?
But
I'm not mad at it. I think I just like the idea in general about something more than a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Randy will be fun. You have a lot of nuance there. I think, like you said, even Jacob adding in with triple threat. I've even seen, and maybe it's my own speculation, of a fatal four-way with Sammy, Jacob, Drew. Ooh. But also, and I'm curious what you think about this as someone who, I think we align oftentimes on this, we like the structure. We like a rule. We like a rule in wrestling be followed, right?
We do.
If Randy, Sammy, or Jacob make their way into this WWE Championship match at Mania, then what does that say about that chamber? Because you know what I mean? Because then like Randy was in the chamber, he lost it, would end up getting in the match anyway. Sammy and Jacob didn't even make it to the damn thing. They lost the qualifiers, and you know what I mean? So like, I think it would be a case of like I would turn a blind eye because I'd be like, okay, this is like the objectively, or not objectively, but like to me objectively the more interesting match at Mania. However, it does kind of make the chamber itself and those qualifiers kind of mean bullshit.
Oh, I mean that's been the case in my opinion for a long time. And it's just so unfortunate because like we did the Elimination Chamber quiz not so long ago on Stache Club channel, and you noticed back in the day how with the chamber the title was on the line, or it wasn't even called the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It was called No Way Out, or it was happening at SummerSlam, or it was happening at this pay-per-view. I like when the chamber makes sense for the storyline, not just because, it's the month of February, 2 months out from WrestleMania.
Me too.
And it's just, how do we make, and then of course too, like this championship number one contenders match is happening on both brands. Why are Raw superstars having to qualify for a SmackDown World Championship? Like, that's never addressed.
It kind of leads the horse to water a little bit, where it's like, are these Raw guys? Like, I would love. And then sure, like, people can change brands or whatever, but like, I would love Raw superstar Javon Evans to win the whole thing. But like, is there any world where this Mania match for the world title is Javon Evans versus Drew McIntyre? No, it's going to be someone in the story, even as lightly in the story as a Randy Orton. Like Randy Orton could win this match. But yeah, no, I agree. It is a little, I don't know. It seems like they're just, and you're right. It is a sake of just like, it's just scheduling where it's like they're just kind of having people in it for having people in it. And Javon Evans should be in this, but like, yeah, you're right. Like we talked about
the structure of it.
Right, we talked about this is the SmackDown title, this is the Raw title. Not that they're distinctively called that, but like that's where they're defended.
And we're heading into this match with the unfortunate like kind of expectation that Cody will win this match because he is the marquee guy. He is the winner. Does go on to WrestleMania. Does go on to feud with Drew McIntyre, who he's been feuding with for months. So it only makes sense. So
but we could have Bronson Reed qualify.
LA Knight wants his ass in there, which I can appreciate.
Oh yeah, true. LA Knight's in the match.
He has a small chance, but I wouldn't hold my breath. That's for sure. Yeah. But the Sami Zayn of it.
Yeah, right. Where does Sami and Jacob? What do they both do for Mania?
It's very, very interesting, and I think he's going to be cooled off seemingly maybe till next year. But with that being said, Sami Zayn's still on the roster. What do you do with him? He's definitely falling into the Kevin Owens trap of the joke of him jobbing at the Royal Rumble in the WWE Championship match as Kevin Owens has done in many years, and now of course he is falling under the same Kevin Owens trap of trusting Cody Rhodes and the whole Kevin was right thing of last year's Chamber, and maybe Sami Zayn will finally realize that Kevin was right, and maybe a change in character is on the horizon for Sami Zayn, a heel character. But I don't like just throwing everyone ideas for heel turn. Characters can have nuance, and so I just don't see the spot for him in Mania though, to be honest.
I always do, and it stinks to look at this discussion, in like I don't know, a technical sense, but the WrestleMania 43 is in Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. So are they good if they're gonna have Sami win the world title and do the big underdog thing, Mankind thing? Oh my God, he finally got the title.
I'm happy you explained that because I kind of glossed over. That's the reason why you come off to Mania, because yes,
right, yeah. Why would you have it at what's this year, 42? Yeah. Why would you have it at 42 if next year is the Saudi moment and that's going to be the bigger pop and the more emotional and so yeah, it's as talking about Sami Zayn hoping for this year Mania, he could even be left off the whole card, and it's next year's your year, you know what I mean? I could see him winning the Rumble next year and then going to Saudi and then winning the title in Saudi and but we'll see.
I just think the bloom is off the rose. Is that the expression? Because that WWE Championship match against Drew McIntyre at the Rumble, he got dog walked, and
he did.
And to me, as a fan, I'm not going to be rooting for you no more. You've had your chances and you lost it, and you took the eye out the ball at SmackDown, and you lost that match too. You're a loser. You ever see the Hank Hill meme? No. You're a loser.
Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
I've never watched that show. My friends watch. Never watched that. We'd like to take a break in the episode to tell you about our sponsor today, FanDuel. The wild card round is here, and FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the wild card round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boots waiting for you in the app. Pick the matchups you believe in. Jimmy, what do you believe in? What do you got?
Big Sunday NBA matchup. The Nuggets, the Warriors. You got Steph Curry, you got Jokic. Oh, what a matchup. I'm excited for that.
Take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Thank you to FanDuel for sponsoring today's episode. Now back to the show. Yeah, I don't know. We would have a year to build them up or whatever, but if you keep on doing the underdog thing for another year, I still like Sami Zayn, but it's gonna be, people are already so over the Sami Zayn character. But I don't know. But then to jump to the rest of the qualifier, we do have, we can still kind of talk about, or no, before we go to there, what happens? So, all right. So in general, what do you think, what do you see for Sami and or Jacob? Because I don't know what, I mean, there's the US title with Mello. I think that's going to be like Mello, Ilya, Trick probably. But Trick and Sammy have been kind of beefing. So like maybe they just do Trick and Sammy straight up and have Trick go over.
Perhaps Sammy aligns with Drew because Drew's been kind of very sympathetic towards him. Have you noticed that? And like backstage promos and like even before Drew won the title, Sammy kind of had that moment with him. It's like, oh, like obviously I want Cody to win. He's my friend, but like I'm kind of rooting for you because I want to beat you. And of course they had that match, and and like Drew did try to have Sammy win the match and qualify, put him over Cody's lifeless body in the match. Of course, failed. But
I think it's disrespectful because I think he's like
I can
like
beat
Sammy. You're easier.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So, what do you see? Even Sammy having like, what do you see? If you don't have any speculation,
I don't have a match with him, and like not to
How
say
about Jacob.
Jacob, I think you got to squeeze into the Cody Drew match if that's what you go for. It's somehow, some way where it's like he just constantly is disrupting the contract signing between them and this and that. So he's kind of that third wheel, if you will, in that match. And although it would strike disaster for Cody Rhodes faithful because like Jacob Fatu being in that match, especially the way they could do it where he's shoehorned in and like
people are gonna be
do it at Mania. So like
100%.
I think Jacob first Cody first Drew. The more I'm thinking about it, probably is the move for Mania, which is a pretty exciting match. But
I like it.
For me, I have big doubts if they're going to pull the trigger on young Fatu at Mania.
At that point, I would want the Fatal 4-Way. Sammy doesn't have to win, but like in the same conversation of like you have nothing for Jacob, you also have nothing for Sammy at Mania. I say just like, again, it negates the whole Elimination Chamber. But in a sense, I mean, that's not like they weren't in it, but like they didn't even qualify for the damn thing.
Because I really worry because I look at like, what else can they do? And I look at the heel side of things on SmackDown, and all I see is Solo Sikoa's face. And I'm like, no, don't go back down that road, guys.
Yeah.
We've been down there. It's already been done. Don't do it again.
But on the other side of things, we did have Javon Evans, like we were alluding to, qualifying, defeating Gunther and Dom. This match was pretty fun. Was just cool in general to see like Dom and Javon go against each other, like these two like young future of the company stars, Gunther just like, I love my favorite Gunther is when he's with guys that like do a smaller lucha style or a quicker style, whatever. And it was cool to see him just paired up, in here. Kind of a surprising. Well, I don't know. I think we both just might have assumed Gunther was going to win this.
I did. I was fully expecting Gunther to win this.
But Javon Evans, I mean, and this is what I was hoping was going to win because Javon's going to go nuts. He's gonna do. I promise. If I make a prediction now, yes, he's going to do a OG cutter off the pod. I think he's dangling from the top. I think he's doing something nuts. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But then you have Dragon Lee, of all people. I know there's a little story there already, but like it's not totally out of the blue.
He got his lick back.
Dragon Lee getting his lick back, taking out Gunther. Now, obviously we can talk about the qualifier and like whatever, but like what makes me nervous about this Dragon Lee stuff is who's going to save Dragon Lee is Rey Mysterio. What's the match at Mania? Rey versus Gunther. Gunther retires Rey. It can't happen. Not just because I'm saying that out of a Rey fan. I want him to wrestle forever. But if we're going down this like, because we're already telling the story that Rey and Penta are Dragon Lee's friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But if you're telling me we're giving up Dom versus Rey retirement match, I'm disappointed.
I just feel that I share the same sentiment with you, as where it's like I just don't want him to go. Like it would be a juicy storyline, it'd be a massive match for Rey. It would pull the emotional heartstrings fully fledged. But like like you said, like there's.
It has to happen on night one because we're gonna do a stream for it, and it would ruin I wouldn't be talking the rest of the night. You know what I mean? Oh my god!
Because I did have the thought too of like, is like Dragon Lee and Gunther the WrestleMania match? Which,
right.
That's a huge spot for Dragon Lee, and like kudos for you. But like that seems to be kind of not to be so disrespectful, but a waste of Gunther, especially coasting off the momentum of AJ Styles, Goldberg, and Cena retirements. Yep. I almost was. That's why I had him for sure pegged to win this triple threat match, was because like he didn't win the Rumble, and how is he? You do assume that like after what he did to Cena and all those legends that he would be on the fast track to a championship, but that door has now been shut. I love the way they did it, though. They protected him greatly with a freaking bell shot to the head.
Yeah.
And, he was going for the hammer that Dom was going for. And even, too, it was a bit surprising to me. And, let me tell you what, Monday Night Raw desperately needed that type of finish last night. A nice, plucky underdog Javon win, because the crowd was kind of dead for the most of this Monday Night Raw, unfortunately. And that really was a nice cherry on top to get a huge emotional babyface victory for Javon Evans. And it even was surprising to me, because a moment there, it looked like Dom could pull it off. And this is Dom's first match in a long time. It was nice to see him. Wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, he was
ring rust, but 619s.
The
the playing the safe in a nice triple threat match. You can get away with that. But I was a bit surprised to see given that he is a massive heel and whatever, but he's still beloved at the end of the day. When he was going up top for the frog splash to maybe pin Javon, I feel like the crowd was definitely no, we want Javon, which is a good thing for Javon, and a good thing that Dom is a heel, but he's in his lane, so to speak. And I thought this was brilliant. Though it's what's Gunther going to be doing? I think you hit the nail on the head. That makes so much sense. Where it's Gunther versus Ray. And then picturing that moment, because unfortunately I love my boy Rey Mysterio. He has this chance to beat Gunther, but we're talking mask off, we're talking gloves off. Could you imagine that WrestleMania, man?
If he, holy shit, I didn't think about the mask.
Yeah, that's gonna hit hard.
If Gunther unmasks him, I might not be able to watch wrestling for a month. If Ray in his final moments takes it off himself, then I'm fine with that. But if Gunther unmasks him in the match, dude,
chills.
Oh my God, we can't. I would fully switch to the crowd that's oh, this Gunther retirement stuff is bullshit. John Cena should have won. AJ Styles should have won. I'm fully flipping the script if Gunther beats Ray.
Speaking of AJ Styles, do we see?
Oh, we'll talk about it. We have that. We have that.
Okay,
we'll talk about that.
I think Gunther is just going to do an AJ Styles cosplay.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. So you have in that Gunther spot, you also have a Randy Orton, which I don't think Randy Orton's gonna be retiring at this WrestleMania. The biggest speculation is Chris Jericho, and we have the women's elimination chamber to qualify, but we have the two mystery things, the AJ stuff. There's all kinds of weird stuff happening, but Chris Jericho is still in speculation.
Is he the man of the box?
That's the thing. I don't know, dude.
I think it's. It's not. I definitely got it from Twitter, and someone told it to me. So shout out to the person that sent it to me. But there's speculation that it's a Resident Evil ad. So I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah, I saw one. It's it's gonna be a big bottle of Fireball.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. So I'm not getting my hopes up of a big mystery reveal. Of course, just the common sense of is there a person in that box, and it's going to be in that?
Right.
They're going to be in that box for 2 weeks.
100%.
We're capping off silly. So if it's something silly, then sure. But if it's something serious, like a return of or a debut.
Well, I want to talk about that later. Let's go to women's elimination chamber qualifiers. Also, so we can get off the idea of Rey Mysterio retiring. We have timestamp. We have. Alexa Bliss defeating Julia and Zelina Vega, and we have Asuka defeating Bayley and Natty. I think two qualifiers that make sense. I think we both saw Alexa winning this. Julia, the U.S. champ, I prefer her to do something with the U.S. title. Zelina would have loved it, but Alexa felt like the star player here. And then, to be honest with you, not that I'm surprised, but wasn't really sure who's going to win between Bayley, Natty, and Asuka, especially just given, granted, the Elimination Chamber is shaping up to be a lot of, Rhea is already in it. Io has a qualifier, so it's going to be a lot of, Alexa's in it now, so it's going to be a lot of that tag division sort of inner turmoil, but, I could have seen Bayley win this for sure. Natty, as much as I do love the new character, I still get the sense they're not, Natty's not a A-plus player in their mind right now. Even with, the new character, she's still just going to have, a middle of the card Maxine match, which is fun. I love the story and the conclusion of it.
Very tough to debut new character and not be able to capitalize with a victory. But she didn't eat the pin in this. So
she didn't eat the pin.
Yeah, that's something.
But I like that Asuka's going forward. I like these two qualifiers. There's a lot less, to be honest with you, there's a lot less controversy and whatever discussion over these two qualifiers. But I like it. I like the direction it just objectively match-wise, I like both directions both Elimination Chambers are looking like. But how do we feel about Alexa and Asuka? Would you have preferred someone else?
I think it was the right decision for both things, and I think Charlotte will be joining Alexa in the chamber. She already qualified, so I think they're gonna definitely play off the team aspect of Charlotte and Alexa. For my money now, I'm kind of pulling for Charlotte to win that. She of course had one of the all-time outfits on SmackDown recently. Shout out Valentine's Day, all that stuff, and they're so adorable, Alexa and Charlotte, with their little will they won't they type friendship whatever type deal, and I appreciate that, and I think there's definitely levels to that to be explored, and whether Charlotte wins and it builds a jealous monster within Alexa, I think it will be some compelling TV.
See, I think we're getting Tiffany.
You think so?
Only because I think, this is what I would rather. Yeah. I think Charlotte versus Jade is a massive match. It's a lot bigger than Tiffany.
And they've had some stare downs.
Some stare downs. I think I'm just going by speculation with like the tag team stuff, especially if you have which granted, one of the qualifying matches is Io, Kyrie. Who's the third person in that? Do you remember?
In the chamber?
Qualifier.
Bailey.
No, next week. It's Io versus Kyrie versus
Raquel.
Is it Raquel?
Yes.
I think so. Okay. Yeah. I see Io qualifying there. So that takes out Kyrie. So Asuka doesn't have Kyrie, but in the chamber, then you have Rhea and Io, and then you have both Charlotte and Alexa. Asuka by herself. Kyrie's for sure popping out of the cage or the ground or whatever. Absolutely. Point being, I think I see a lot of tag team storytelling in there that's going to lead to either like a multi-woman or even just like straight up Rhea, Io, Charlotte, Alexa.
It's kind of bananas that we're speculating winners of this, and the two best, most popular wrestlers in my opinion are Io Sky and Rhea.
Sure.
And I don't think they have not any chance, but I don't think they're going to win that chamber match. And
I agree.
It's interesting to look the comparison of like the male side of things. The biggest star in the chamber match is Cody Rhodes, and we're like kind of groaning like, oh, he's going to win this and that. Compared to the women's side of things, Rhea and Io, the two biggest stars. Yeah. I don't think I feel pretty confident that they're not going to win. And it's kind of makes for a better story almost. More unpredictable.
And the thing is, like, they kind of could. Like, maybe which granted, like, they should defend the tag titles, but it even goes to a point, like you said, like, we don't know what the tag match is going to look like. So they fully could just maybe do Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea Io and have Charlotte win and then go on to that. And
it's a lot more unpredictable, but you feel pretty certain about Tiffy. I mean, you gotta circle back to last year. She was in the WWE Championship match defending her title against Charlotte successfully. It'd be a fall from grace for her to not be on the card or not in a title match. So
I think even just her returning at the Rumble is kind of just a big, like, capitalizing off the big return.
She was a runner-up,
too. What sucks is I just heard a report that Bianca is like just getting finger surgery or something like that.
What a bizarre story that is, man.
Insane.
I mean, a finger injury, and I don't know anything about medical or anything like that, but like you would assume that a finger injury wouldn't take so long, but to find out she got surgery just recently is like, whoa.
I don't know and again, I'm right there with you. I don't know the ins and outs of it and whatever, and I hate to speculate on injury, but she's been out for like a year plus at this point, and I don't know if it's a case like they've been holding off on surgery and rehabbing it, and now maybe they're to the point like we need surgery. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
Doesn't want a job to Jade.
That's what it is. Or it's all a big work, and she's gonna. I don't know. But a lot of the speculation was getting Bianca at Mania somehow, and if we're seeing now, like, oh, she's getting surgery on her finger now, I think hope for Bianca at Mania is pretty out the window.
You would assume so.
So with that, and I would imagine, again, all speculation. I would imagine at least a plan in the back of someone's mind was Bianca at Mania, Bianca Jade, blah, blah. But now, like you're saying, they could pivot to a Tiffany or pivot to a Charlotte and have a massive match between Charlotte and Jade, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
And another thing to compare the women's and the men's, I really love, I don't mean to kind of, I'm transitioning to Liv Morgan's kind of dealing with.
Yeah, we can go to that. Yeah. So we do have after that we do a big mystery. We're a mystery hour. So we have like 8. We have 3 different mysteries we got to solve.
Interesting.
But yeah, talk to me about Liv.
So Liv Morgan, 2026 Royal Rumble winner, has been on both shows, kind of teasing about her decision, kind of heightening the fact that it's a very important decision. absolutely despised on a very much kayfabe level. Her and Dirty Dom having a steak dinner during my Queen Jade Cargill's WWE Championship defense against Jordan Grace. The absolute disrespect.
It was his Valentine's Day gift.
Oh, it was the most rudest, most crudest thing I've ever seen. This woman hasn't defended her title in 100 days to the dismay of many, and she's finally doing it, and Liv Morgan pulls up like it's a Friday night at freaking insert restaurant name here. It's ridiculous. I really was hoping Jade, all she did was kind of take a bite of a chicken tender or something. I wish she really flipped over the table and really made mincemeat of those two. But I've really enjoyed that, though, in actuality, just because it's like you are now, you're being realistic about your choice. I mean, not to gloss over like Roman Reigns, like, oh, I pick you, Punk, and not saying that wasn't a cool moment or whatever, but I really enjoyed the inverse of that, where Liv has really made this like a storyline, compelling, and like even last night with Stephanie Vaquer's promo all in Spanish, and just like the halftime show of Bad Bunny, I didn't understand it, but I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, the emotion was there. I'm right there with you. I do love Liv, like, hanging this opportunity over everyone's head as if it's like the Money in the Bank, where she's like, I could face you. I do think we are getting Stephanie, but like, I like that she's putting Jade on notice, and she's always putting Steffi on notice. And like, I could go after either of you. Like, I have the power. I'll tell you what too. I thought of you during the Liv and Dom, not the Stephanie segment, but during the Jade match, because to me, couples stuff, Valentine's Day stuff. We are inching closer to this damn wedding. Oh, we're inching closer to this. We're as close as we've ever been. But yeah, I loved the Stephanie segment too, and like, props to both of them. For one, Stephanie having all this emotion and just running down Liv on the ball with the emotion and crying and like the subtle facial expressions of her getting more and more mad and whatever. And then Dom also, which I really loved, translating, just being like, and then like mid translation, and then shooting back at Stephanie in Spanish, and then translating again, and Liv just getting more and more and more pissed. There was a translation that came out, but to be honest with you, I kind of want to live in not knowing, because I think we know what was said, through the emotion and, their reaction, whatever. We know probably the gist of it was like, you're not on my level. You're not legit. Dom sucks. And like, but so I think I like the idea of just like, no, I got what that was from the emotion. And, yeah, I think we'll hear from more of that in the coming weeks of like, hopefully we get a Liv response. Yeah. And she'll kind of shed light on like, Dom told me this, and no, Stephanie, I do deserve to be here, and da-da-da.
I will say I don't trust Dirty Dom to translate. I think his Spanish isn't as strong. If I recall, he didn't like know Spanish up until a few years ago, I think.
Is that the story?
I think that's the thing. Like he used to get like kind of slack for like not speaking Spanish, even though you were Mysterio or whatever. But like I'm sure he knows Spanish. But I remember Dom. I will say too, I think if Stephanie definitely kind of spoke to maybe some opinions about Liv that are definitely aren't true, but could be true on a surface level thing. It's like, I'm known for being one of the best wrestlers. You're known for being a girlfriend, which like Liv herself has kind of really put out like the chain she wears around her neck is Dirty Dom's chain, this and that. So like maybe kind of trying to get in her head maybe before the upcoming Mania match on Stephanie's part, which I think Stephanie versus Liv would be a very compelling match. Cool. I could see some people that were kind of clamoring for inclusion of the rest of the Judgment Day members, whether it be Raquel or Roxanne to be added to this match. But I think we can get away with a one-on-one Liv and Raquel banger of a world title match at Mania.
And it's kind of an unexpected match too. I think if you were even like a month or two before Rumble, if you were to tell me that like the Mania match is gonna be Liv versus Stephanie, I'd be like on paper like the two great wrestlers would be a great match, but I'd be kind of like, how do we get to there? Like, what do we do? They've done a real, which I think even just basing it off of like, it's not official, but basing it off of just like, I earned this title shot. You are the champion. This is going to be a sports competitive thing. And then now that we're in it, then we can build upon, different resentments or different like, hate and personal stuff and blah, blah. Yeah, I am sold in this match 1,000,000%. What if Stephanie steals Dom? Because I know how to, I can talk to him in multiple languages. You can only talk to him in one.
Yeah, I don't think Dom. I think Dom has learned his lesson with Roxanne. I don't think his eyes will stray. I hope not, at least.
We'll see.
There's a wedding to be had.
Now I will say we'll go back to the Jade match before we move on. Jade versus Jordynne Grace. God, Jordynne Grace. Is your back hurt?
My back hurt?
A lot of carrying in that match.
Oh, I don't know
Grace.
about that, pal. I think it was a fine. I think it was a fine athletic competition. I think, as Jordynne was working as the baby face. I think, she is supposed to be kind of leading that match a bit. I think both muscle mommies looked fantastic here. I think, honestly, I think Jade kind of gave her a little bit too much, if I'm being honest. But hey, it's her first defense in 100 days. And that's not Jade's fault. That's, booking's fault. And I think some title matches fell through. Regardless, it was a dominant showing. But again, that was the more highlighted of it was the fact that Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom took upon themselves to have dinner during the match, which really bothered me. But that's why it happened.
I just wish it wasn't against Jordynne Grace, because Jordynne Grace is a future world champ and is a better wrestler than Jade Cargill. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest here. There's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that Jade Cargill is a better wrestler than Jordynne Grace.
Let me tell you something, John.
You can't. If you want to
have a discussion of who's better in ring,
that's what I'm saying.
Then yeah, sure. Overall package as a wrestler, no.
I don't know. Give me a promo battle. I'm thinking Jordynne Grace beats her. Because
Jordynne Grace has better tweets than her. I'll give her that. But I don't know.
Jade doesn't have a whole lot of Twitter game.
No, she likes my.
She did like that. She did like that.
But Jordynne's actually really funny. But
I don't know. I think point being, I just see I'm just more high on Jordynne. So I honestly just like, hey, we're talking just like objectively or whatever. Like, I don't know. I see Jordynne as such a high prospect, and I do think she is. And I'm not just like saying this to like, I'm not doing a shtick or whatever. I do just think she is overall better in kind of every way than Jade. I think Jade has such a good presentation.
Yeah.
And she looks like $1,000,000, and she has improved vastly. I just think this could have been anyone but Jordynne. Jordynne just is coming off being a TNA world champion. She's coming off her NXT run, and it is very WWE, where you have this person that you could crown as a world champion right now, and you hold off for them for 7 years, and that, you know what I mean?
As someone that is like the massive biggest Jade Cargill fan, I would love it down the road if eventually, because again, Jade will eventually have to lose the title eventually, I think. I would prefer it to be like a year from now almost, and when that year is up, Jordynne would be probably on the top of my list for someone to be crowned, and I think that's maybe what they could be doing. Maybe feed her early and then circle back to it eventually. And the thing is too, like, it was a big time moment for Jordynne to get that match, and given it was on SmackDown, of course it unfortunately was overshadowed by Liv Morgan and Dom, as I mentioned. But I think she looked pretty good in it, and you do kind of have to earn your keep in the biz when you're on the main roster and put over, someone that is a bigger star than you. But she will get there, and she is a better in-ring wrestler than Jade. But there's, I think there is definitely an opportunity for Jordynne to learn from this. And then, like, the building of this match I thought was pretty well done, where Jordynne did get a tag team victory over Liv the week prior. And I see definitely big things for Jordynne down the road, but right now it's Jade time. And here's the thing too, I speculated like, it could be Tiffy, could be Charlotte against Jade Mania. Regardless, I think Jade should retain, and that's
God.
I've never. I'm removing bias
so much.
I'm removing bias.
No, you're not.
No, I'm genuinely. You have a dominant WWE champion who's only had one defense in 100 days. Doesn't that kind of mean to tell you that like it's gonna be even a longer reign?
No, she has to lose at Mania.
No, she does not have to lose.
This has been the most boring run in the past 5 years.
How come? Where's that energy?
Honk shoe.
Where's that energy for Dirty Dom Mysterio, who hasn't defended?
He was injured.
I don't. So then let go of the title then.
I'm not. I don't make those rules.
Yeah. I know you don't. But like,
I'll be fine. I
would like to see some more energy towards other champions that haven't defended their titles.
Like who?
Yeah. Huh?
Like who?
Like Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Okay, he should have dropped the title.
No, I'm happy to admit that, but other people share the same sentiment of like, oh, Jay, this and that, like XXX, but like, where is that same energy for someone like Dirty Dom? Is what I'm asking.
I gave it. He was injured, but if he was going to be, he should drop the title.
But you're not everyone, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying me. Even I'll go to Julia. Julia, bad U.S. title run. You know what I mean? In the past, I'm not saying we're talking about Jade here. You know, I don't know. I love and appreciate the Jade. I think I'm just over it. I think I'm just like, let's wrestle. I think I'm just seeing other better women's wrestlers.
She doesn't make the not on SmackDown.
She doesn't make the book.
Not on SmackDown, and that's the thing too of like.
SmackDown is pretty thin.
It's very thin on SmackDown, so it's like it's not good for her to have title matches against these women that you're trying to build up. So because Jade's just going to squash them, so you try to build these women up for the eventual title match, and then Jade. I feel very confident Jade's going to be champion well past Mania. We'll make a FanDuel bet on that. How about that?
I hope you put your 12 confidence points or whatever. But I don't know. You've been running with this Jade flag for too long. Yeah. It was about time someone pushed back on this Jade. I don't know.
I understand, and I want to be very clear that I can be open-minded when it comes to conversations around Jade. That's not so. Oh, she has to win in 30 seconds all the time.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see the benefit of the title leaving her to then be on Tiffany Stratton again.
Yeah.
Or Jade or Charlotte Flair again, which like Charlotte Flair, maybe
I won't even argue that,
but. Those to me are the two biggest competitors seemingly for Jade at Mania, and I would be remiss to be like, oh yeah, let's get the title off Jade.
I think where I'm coming from is like I wanted more. I wish it was more entertaining because Jade's entertaining as hell, and I do think having Naomi out and Bianca did kind of put a wrench into things.
Chelsea Green broke her ankle, which I think they were having some
she
dialogue,
did break her ankle.
So I'm like,
but I don't know. And I think too is like. I think it's a big win. The glass half full of it being Jordan is like a wrestler's wrestler, right? She's married to Jonathan Gresham, for goodness sakes, right? Mm-hmm. So it is a legitimizing, and I don't say that in any sort of way, but it is a legitimizing win for Jade in terms of like, oh, see, I can beat these wrestlers. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just don't love. I think it could have been someone else. Like give her an Ivy Nile.
I don't think she would learn better from an Ivy Nile. I think the match that she had with Jordan was definitely something of, here's a real worker. And
that's what I'm saying.
It was an okay
agree.
match. It wasn't, it didn't light the house on fire. It was what it was.
I don't know. I think at this point, I'm just kind of like
give her a faction. Give Jade a faction. Let's give her more storyline depth. I think it would be great.
That's all I'm saying. Is like I'm over it and I'm bored because that's what I've been just giving on TV. So I'm just like if we're just I don't know. This is what we're doing, and we're not getting bangers with Jade. So it's like I don't know. But also, we're not getting U.S. title bangers with Julia. I'm not, it's not a one person thing, but we'll see.
Don't be bored.
Come Mania. We'll see come Mania with Jade. Okay, we got some mysteries to handle. It's the mystery hour here. We have the Masked Man coming in again, stomping Theory. I don't know about you. I'm over it. I don't give a shit. I'm so bored. I will admit, I do think it is a lot of I think it's seasonal depression and cabin fever and the time of year that's also, I'm not in a great mood and also, slapped on here. So like benefit of a doubt of my pessimistic approach here, but like I don't know, man. Are you still into the Masked Man thing?
No, I'm not really into it. I haven't been into it in a while, but I will say I think it's like definitely deliberate, or maybe even like they are just kind of grasping at straws of like who could be the Masked Man, or what I kind of had the thought of last night when I was resting my head on my pillow. I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe like legitimately it's going to be Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins isn't fully healthy. So we can't really put Seth Rollins in a mask and have him go out there and do these stunts. Let's have some wrestler that has a similar build to Seth Rollins. Keep the storyline progressing. Keep the mystery man a mystery until eventually, it's Seth Rollins and he's healthy and you can do a match against a Logan Paul, a Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, all three of them. Add Paul Heyman, a 4-on-1 Vision extravaganza for Mania, because I think basically what I kind of just realized last night was like, oh, maybe the delay, because I really wanted a reveal. I did. I just get it over with already.
Last night felt like the time to do it.
Yeah. I felt like he was on top of the table and they're just going to do whatever. But then I kind of had that thought of like, maybe it's just going to be Seth, but Seth isn't actually ready to be physical yet, so they're kind of delaying the inevitable. But that all together, it's like once if it's revealed to be Seth, Oh, cool.
Yeah, and like I don't want to be too like I'm trying not to be too harsh because I do really see how much injuries and unexpected things has derailed this Mania. Again, you even look to Bianca Belair, and then you look to the Braun Breaker injury, and even a Seth Rollins injury, right? So it's like, I guess I feel a little bad being too harsh, but also it's like, if they just do a reveal and it's fucking Grayson Waller, so you know what I mean?
I believe it could be Grayson in the mask acting as Seth until again, it does make sense of like, okay, if Seth is healthy like a week or two before Mania officially, and then you could do the reveal then and then set up a match at Mania with Seth, which is like given that it was super suckish when it happened to Seth that he got injured, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers, so I'd be really happy to see him. But we did leave it off with him being an annoying heel, and like he's just going to be getting back at the guy he's supposed to be getting back at actually won't be there, so that stinks. So like all this just kind of stinks with a capital S, unfortunately.
And it's like, who can you like? If you want to do a real swerve, who do you even put under that mask? That's like fun and enticing.
That 50-year-old Canadian.
Well, that's the thing, right? And that even makes a little sense. For like, Jericho was in the mask, which would be the funniest fucking thing if he is in the mask.
Whether he's in the mask or the barrel,
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just like, again, I don't know. I hate to just be like, I'm bored of this, but like, I don't know. I'm just not over it. I don't know, this Mania, and it's like on one end it's like I want to be like still excited and glass half full of it because we're gonna do a stream, and this is we're talking about this every single week, so like I try to find the pauses. I think sometimes I just like I said, I kind of just leaning into the mood of the season too, and it's like this Mania's not shaping up great. Also, I'm seeing like they're doing poor ticket sales because obviously the tickets are too expensive, and also no one wants to just go back to Mania, and it's too expensive to do anything.
It's in the same spot, and I think it's really interesting the fact that like I haven't really seen people complain and talk about this, but like we had Roman versus Punk last year. We did. I know it was Seth Rollins, and the whole storyline was different, but like the fact that no one, like I've seen at least, really has a problem with like Mania's in the same spot as it was last year, like location wise. And like the biggest match is something that we pretty much did see last year, and not to mention both losers of that match. So both those guys are losers. They got their nuts punched off by Paul Heyman. Yeah. Now both of them are main eventing. So like in the aspect of like, why am I excited? It's like not totally that, but like looking at it kind of black and white and being like, oh, like those two losers from last year from night one are now main event in night two. It's like, and I can see why maybe someone wouldn't buy a ticket. On paper, I do like Punk Roman. It's a big match, but like that promo got me really fired up. It changed my whole tune from him winning the Rumble. And like,
me too.
But that was 2 weeks ago.
That's the thing. It's that one promo is not going to carry us till April, right? Like it got us excited, but I think we're getting Roman was announced for a couple of Raws. I think he is going to be in Boston. I think Boston's like March
28th.
Ooh. But I don't know. Is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns night 2 the main event of WrestleMania? It's gonna be a good match, but to me it doesn't. I don't know. And maybe I'm being a hypocrite because I'm also like, I don't know. How do you make that match more enticing? I hate to say it. Get The Rock involved. You know what I mean? And it's like,
you were kind of on the Finn Balor train of it last week of like maybe making a triple threat, or maybe just at least changing the vibe of the feud of like, maybe Finn gets a surprising win at the Chamber and then kind of leaving it from there. But,
it's something.
I think really I would like to see, and it's probably not going to happen, but like either of them being an actual heel. Because right now you got Roman Reigns, who's kind of like his tweenerness, whatever. They're both baby faces. They're both they're both Zebros, and like I'm sure they can get personal and make the feud very edgy. But I think overall having a heel bad guy that wants the fans not to cheer for them and this and that would definitely put that over the edge. How do you do that? Well, we have Punk
Roman first show up on TV.
Well, Roman has, which we know he'll do that maybe once every other week and do a promo. So you can't really. And as Punk has kind of alluded to in his promos, he shows up every week. He's the one and that's why he kind of put emphasis on Finn Balor. And that's the thing. Finn Balor versus Punk at the Chamber. Going to be a big match. Many folks don't think Finn has a crying chance, and then also people the speculation of like, we saw JD McDonough return last night Monday Night Raw.
Huge.
Dom's back. Judgment Day is kind of looking, stronger. Is this the moment where they're going to strike and maybe turn on Finn?
Yeah, and that's the writing on the wall of Dom Finn has been there for a while. God, I don't know.
Did you see the video game last night? It was Kane.
Did see that.
You know who's also a demon? Finn Balor. The demon Finn will be coming. The video games mean something in the background of the program when they do the Judgment Day segments, and that's what I caught last night. So we're gonna get Demon Finn Balor back.
I was gonna say, are you saying Demon Finn at the Chamber?
Ooh.
Kind of raw.
Ooh.
I kind of love that.
Oh, but then he has to win, which would never happen.
Yeah, you're right. He's not. I mean, like, I said it last week where it's like, I'm bored. I want to see something happen. Give me Demon Finn Balor. I know I feel like a crazy person as I'm saying it. Give me Demon Finn Balor defeating CM Punk at the Chamber, and I don't know.
Can I get really crazy on here?
Go please. Go
and not
nuts.
the fantasies of like the people that write the books of like Punk and Roman, like it's kind of sexual.
Fan fiction.
Like not that, but like something.
That's next week's episode.
Like you got Punk, you got AJ Lee in Chicago, and to me the AJ Lee Becky thing is kind of not really.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll tackle that afterwards. But how do you feel about maybe the Judgment Day gaining a new leader? CM Punk.
Okay, I don't know if I love.
It's very out the left field.
I don't know
if they turn on Finn, which has been a speculation for a while now. Could you see a world where CM Punk leads that faction?
Be something different. You have the Punk and Roxy connection already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you get, I think you'd have to get
maybe even AJ Lee in there too.
Yeah, and then does Dom and Liv stay? Because Punk and Dom don't like each other.
I think, Punk and Dom don't like each other. So, you have to do something with Liv Morgan. She's obviously focused on the world title, so maybe kick her ass out with... And, of course, too, Raquel has been jealous of Liv, too. So maybe Liv's,
Raquel and Roxy stay.
Yeah, Raquel and Roxy stay. Maybe Liv gets kicked out. Maybe Dom has to get kicked out, too, which would turn him face, which I think could help.
In a very general... I don't know if I love... It's interesting. In a very, very general sense, I have, like, the idea of the Judgment Day being, like, NWO, where like it's always there and like there's different like evolving and different factions. Because there's already been 2 leaders, right? Or at least 2 iterations. We had the Edge early iteration, and then now we have this like Finn Balor, Liv Morgan iteration. So even that's still
Damian Priest and Rhea.
So I guess this is honestly the 3rd iteration. So now you have like Liv in it and whatever, and Roxanne and Raquel.
And Punk has tattoos. He kind of fits the vibe.
He's got tattoos. He's a little emo for sure.
Get his wife in there because I think AJ Lee
likes pop punk.
Likes pop punk, and the thing is, why I kind of want AJ Lee in there too. Maybe we can. That won't happen, but I think it's a fun thing to talk about and kind of an idea there. But the AJ Lee Becky promo last night.
We can transition.
I thought the beginning of it was decent. I thought AJ was kind of talking her shit, and like I like the whole like back then we only had the butterfly belt, but I made that butterfly belt mean something, and I thought she was kind of hitting on some good notes. But then you get the interaction once Becky comes out, and like the back and forth between them to me seemed like they were just like on SNL for a second, and it was some bad acting. And I'm kind of wary of like criticizing AJ Lee because like I feel I've accumulated a lot of like some AJ Lee Punk fans on the interweb, so I'm like I almost tweeted out something kind of negative about AJ Lee, so I didn't want to. I almost didn't want to yesterday. But I'm on here. I'm the genuine article, so I gotta be honest. So I'm gonna debut a new character here.
Whoa! I hope it's a wig.
So when I have like a take I don't want to get in trouble for, I'm gonna
add some silliness to it.
No, I'm just gonna have someone defer.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And his name's Dan.
Whoa,
Dino Dan, say hi to the folks.
Wait, that's for sure like the McDonald's one from. Is that from that movie? Remember the dinosaurs? That movie, and like McDonald's sold those. I don't know. Sorry, I'm derailing. Keep going.
That AJ Lee promo sucked. It was cringe as hell.
All right. What's his name? Dan?
Dan. Dino Dan.
Dino Dan. That makes sense. Thank you, Dan.
Welcome to Stache Club, Dan.
Welcome to Stache Club, Dan.
So anytime I have a take that's just like I don't want to get in trouble. I don't put my name on it. I'm just gonna ask Dan.
Wow, I like Dan. I like Dan. Well, Dan, welcome to the pod.
Future SCW champion.
That's what I'm nervous about. This didn't do it. I'm just now at the point where just like I'm just tuning out these promos, and I've even like defended the Becky stuff, and like I've liked her character in the sense that it's like seemed like satire to like the Trumpisms or whatever, but now it's just kind of it's run its course for me. I don't think AJ Lee is that strong on the mic currently. And you're right, she does have like good talking points here and there. But at this point, I'm just like, I just need to be shown that AJ Lee can still wrestle. We have had I think we had the tag match.
Yeah,
she have one other match.
She was in the War Games.
Okay,
so multi-person. She said she hasn't had a singles match in 12 years.
So I think they're doing a real disservice to this feud and to AJ Lee, to be honest with you. I don't give a shit because I haven't seen AJ Lee can be like, I'm the one that has changed the game and everyone should be thanking me and I know who the hell I am and da-da. Great. But I don't believe you because we haven't seen you wrestle a real match yet.
Do you know what she actually said, quote unquote? She said there was a women's division before AJ Lee and there was a women's division after AJ Lee.
Yep.
And you can thank AJ Lee for that. So you're telling me like if there was no there was still going to be a women's division regardless is kind of what you just said.
Well, what she means is like there was
her part was that meaningful, I suppose.
The version before AJ Lee sucked and the version after her is good because of her. Like there's like that's what. Yeah,
I disagree, AJ. I think she played her part in history tremendously. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to diminish that, but like I don't know. I don't know.
There is also
her promo didn't hit for me yesterday, I guess.
No, I'm with you. That's what I mean. Is I give her a singles match 1-on-1 on Raw because like it doesn't make any sense to me. And sure, maybe you want to have her big first time singles match back at Mania. I don't think that does anything for her. Show that she can still wrestle and whatever on TV to get people excited. Because like to me, this is still a person who hasn't wrestled. You know, again, she was in War Games and she was in the tag match, and we saw like. You know, the tag match, she did a significant amount of wrestling, but like...
Still very celebrity feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She still feels like a celebrity...
Author.
Guest return, for sure. Yeah. She doesn't feel like a wrestler that's back in WWE. And like, I'm not saying any of that to discredit AJ Lee. I'm sure she still can go, but show me that.
Yeah.
Because to me, you're telling me that you're not confident in putting AJ Lee in a wrestling match, and you have to wait until the one time she can go at Mania. Give me a reason to root for instead of just having her like on the mic in her cool pants. I'll admit that. And then, you know, giving her just like, you know, quirky, whatever.
And she's going to beat one of the best in the world for the workhorse title. And then,
sure.
You know, I will say it's definitely beneficial that she's not fighting for the world title because I think there would be definitely a more of an uproar for this storyline if this was surrounding the world title. But it is for the mid card title. But then you look at the fact of what the mid card title is supposed to mean. Like, okay, like you're gonna win the IC title, the women's IC title, either at Chamber, which I don't think she will. I think she'll likely win it at Mania, not the Chamber. But like once you do that, let's see you defend that title weekly, or let's see you have matches on Monday Night Raw, please, because you aren't at the level of Roman Reigns to have a Roman Reigns type schedule yet.
Yeah.
So
I guess to be honest, I did actually forget they were fighting at Elimination Chamber, but still.
Oh no, I mean
point still stands. The match is still Elimination Chamber. Granted, I am glad that we are getting a match Elimination Chamber, but like still, even like leading up to, because I forgot this whole promo was for Elimination Chamber and not Mania. I think so too. Yeah. But I at least am glad it's like, okay, at least we're getting that match, but still. To lead up to this Elimination Chamber match, sentiment still stands where we still haven't seen her in ring 1-on-1 or her like, oh shit, like she's still, she could give, there's nothing in me, and maybe that's the point, but like, we haven't seen a match on Raw to then be like, oh shit, AJ can still go. Ooh, Becky better watch out. Right now it's Becky Lynch versus a nostalgia, and I'm not trying to be rude, but a nostalgia return.
Why is Becky afraid of her? Because like,
right.
That was like, you're the man, Becky Lynch, dude.
100%. And like that, I get that's her character, and they are doing a good job playing on the, you know, I am the reason the women's revolution started, and I didn't get my flowers, and I didn't get to face, and she name drop a lot of people like a Bailey, Lyra, Charlotte, like all these people, and like these are all great matchups. But again, why do I care about those matchups? I don't know if you can keep up. I don't know if you can keep up with the work. I don't know if you're lacing Io Sky's boots. Like that's the catalyst now. Is like an Io Sky, a Rhea Ripley work rate for these women, and it's like I don't know.
I agree. We'll see though.
That's the thing. Yeah. I'm definitely not saying any of this. Not that I think that you think I'm saying this, but I'm definitely not saying any of this is like I'm writing AJ Lee off. I am whenever I'm talking like this, whatever, I am hoping and excited to be proved wrong. Where Elimination Chamber comes, we're on stream. I've had my third Miller Lite, and we're like, yo, AJ Lee can still fucking go.
And I hope
that Hurricane Rana looks great. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, John.
That's what I want.
And I hope too we get to a level where, if she does win the IC title, and then she can start putting over other talent that do deserve these minutes, this amount of exposure on Monday Night Raw, like a Julia, like a Maxine, because she is a big star. She has star power, so you do want to bestow upon that to someone to the next generation. So there is a lot of to gain and benefit. But yeah, no, I totally with you. It's like show me something. It's not about what you did; it's about what you did lately.
Still ripped as hell though. Like she has like a 12 pack. Absolutely fucking nuts.
I wouldn't mess with her.
Okay. Second mystery. We did already kind of talk about this. Kind of just put a bow on the mystery crate. I guess I don't even know how much there's to talk about. I guess I kind of thought there'd be a bigger discussion, but I don't know what to fucking think. It's
a new era. In the crate's a new era.
I think I hate it's just glass half full, whatever, but I rolled my eyes, dude. Yeah. I was watching it last night, and as we have a mystery masked man, now we have a crate, and then it's what I usually like about wrestling is how cartoonish and silly it is, and it has a date on don't open until the 20th, and Pierce is like, that's the date of the chamber.
Yeah. You know what he said? Send it to SmackDown.
Yeah, he did say send it to SmackDown.
Why not send it to the chamber?
What's Nick Aldis going to do with it next week? And again, what? I don't know. I'm gearing up for disappointment. Because what?
It's an ad. It's definitely going to be an ad. So let's just have fun with it. What's in the chamber? Let's be goofy. Jelly Roll?
Sure.
That's a funny one.
He's been losing weight.
Yeah, he would fit in there perfectly.
And again, people are like, it's so funny that people are like, it has to be Chris Jericho. Is Chris Jericho in the crate? Is it are they going to open it and it's going to be like a countdown timer? Is it, why is it so big? I don't know.
He was the first person I thought of, but I will say to open that crate, they will need to break the walls down. So that's there.
Good point.
But again, this and he would be the comedy type to be like, so you were just in that crate for 2 straight weeks without any air.
Sure, and again,
he busted open. He plops out dead.
And again, that's the silliness in wrestling that I am always saying. Wrestling is missing that silly over the topness. So I don't know. I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth here, but I don't know, man. It seems like they're just grasping at straws for we need to make some sort of excitement and we can't do it organically, so let's just have another mystery, because I'm interested. I'm interested to see what it is. Sure. But it's just because I'm
cautious optimism, maybe.
Yeah. It's also because I have a dumb little brain, and I'm just I like surprises. I like to see what's in the crates.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You remember the hook of last year's Elimination Chamber? Will Cody sell his soul? So now this year it's what's in the crate, and it's
what's even the leading speculation?
I think Jericho for sure. And then I've seen some people say, like I mentioned earlier in the show, it's going to be an ad for Resident Evil, which then I think, whoa, Resident Evil from New Japan is rumored to be coming soon. I think so. That could be Evil in the crate. And then it's kind of opened up a whole discussion of past times that WWE have done this. And the egg, the gobbledygooker, famously. I referenced it, and it's kind of a darker one. But one time to fool the Undertaker, they sent Chris Kanyon in a Boy George outfit singing some song, and it was Undertaker was just like, this is gay, and punched him, and it's all right,
wild.
Dude. Yeah, SmackDown 03 was a weird one, but.
I don't know. Here's the one thing I like. It's the silliness I did appreciate is Pierce being taking it to some realism. Pierce being like, is my name on that? And the kid being like, no. And legally he couldn't open it. Is it a felony to open someone else? Not a felony.
No,
is it a felony?
I think so.
So he's like, well, it's not my mail. I can't open it. It's I did get a little chuckle out of that.
Send it to Nick Aldis, though.
Which is his name on it? Nick Aldis can't open it. What's Nick gonna do about it? I don't know. Again, I have I got a dumb little brain. I love a surprise and I love a mystery, but God,
you son of a bitch, I'm in.
It's kind of how it is, and I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that's what, or I don't appreciate that that's what they're doing to me as a viewer. Because they're just like, it's just like dangling with a baby and you're jingling keys in front of its face.
And like, what's like the best possible outcome? Because like, even if it's like, is Jericho the answer to that for you? Because like, not really. Like, I would like Jericho to return in a much cooler fashion than that. Like maybe like a golden ladder, and like it's signifying that we're gonna get the Money in the Bank ladder match at Mania or something. Like that's like the best case scenario that I can just think of now. But like, there's really no. Like, what can be in that fucking box that's going to be like, I'm happy with that result?
I can't even like imagine. And like, what's crazy is like, no one has a theory. Like the biggest theory, you're right, is Jericho, but there's nothing past like, it's a Jericho return. But there's nothing past like, what's going to be in it to signify that? What's going to be, I have no idea.
Or even in the spirit of the gobbledygooker, it could be a new mascot, which like
it's a third El Grande.
Or I mean, like, and like again, I would put my money on it being like an advertisement. Like it's gonna be Fireball, it's gonna be Snickers, it's gonna be something like along the lines of that. That's gonna be thrown in our faces all throughout the time of Mania season, I think.
Yeah, or maybe like during a match, like let's say there's an Extreme Rules match or something. They open up the crate and it's like it's a Slim Jim chairs. Like, I don't know, something like that. I don't know. But again, I'm curious for the sake of like, it's something I don't know and I want to know.
Yeah.
But it's not good curiousness. You know what I mean? Like I'm not excited. I'm just kind of like, what's in it? What's in it?
I'm definitely allowing myself not to be excited because it's gonna be. I can't tell you enough how there's gonna be. I can't think of a scenario where it's gonna be looked upon fondly by most people.
And again, it's another thing where it's like, I would love to be proven wrong, and they open up the crate, and I'm like, oh, sick. You know what I mean? I would love it. I just wish we could be more optimistic about it. I don't know, but we'll get it. It's another reason to tune into the Chamber. Maybe Chamber ticket sales are low, and they're like, we need this mystery crate to, you know what I mean?
Stone Cold.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so big. I don't know. All right, we'll go to talk to me.
I actually like it.
That's a good bit. I think you guys are being too harsh with the crate. Okay, another damn mystery. We have AJ Styles. There's going to be a tribute to AJ Styles next week on Raw.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
What's going on? I know before he retired, or before the retirement match, there were reports of like, they were negotiating his contract and they didn't come to terms with it. And the reason, potentially, allegedly, for the way the send-off it was, because things were still up in the air. This is all reports, and I don't know what's actually true or not, but like reports were kind of speculating that like he got the lackluster send-off he got because contract stuff was still up in the air, but it's like, it was either like, okay, we either do this match or we don't. Because if they end up not meeting a deal, then there's no match, So they kind of did this half-ass retirement thing because they're like, well, he could maybe re-sign. He kept his gloves on, So it's like, I don't know. People are now speculating, did he sign a new contract? Is he staying? Are they pulling what are they saying? Are they pulling well, not like a Mark Henry, but like a
Mick Foley. I mean, like
that's what they were saying.
Or just like wrestling retirement in general, or just like, they definitely there's definitely some speculation of like, oh, he's whether he is actually retiring or leaving WWE. Let's do a retirement storyline because it coincides with Gunther. But I mean, if you advertise AJ Styles retirement tribute, something tells me that's going to play into the story of Monday Night Raw from the next few weeks, or just maybe up to Mania. So, like, was the whole thing a work? Was all this just to build for a match for AJ at Mania? I don't know, but like, I'm definitely curious to what we're going to be getting on Monday Night Raw next week. That sounds. I mean, to me, I initially went to. It's not going to be anything. It's going to be Gunther and AJ Styles cosplay. The whole spandex and the gloves, all that jazz, and then Dragon Lee will confront him or something. But
that's good though.
I mean, it's good heat, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
Advertised, it's dicey.
It's dicey, yeah.
But like, it's a lot of heat. But I don't see and again, prove me wrong, but I don't see WWE doing that. But like, it's kind of like, God, if because they're not saying AJ's gonna be there,
tribute.
but like his face is on the. It's alluding to he's gonna be there. It's either one or two things. It's one super heat level to like, because we already got Gunther kind of like making fun of him doing the thing.
He did the entrance before.
He did the entrance before, which granted, maybe you don't do that if you're gonna do this, where it's like it's mega heat. If you're having Gunther just do this promo, but also like why? Like what does that lead to if you're not then getting AJ back?
I mean, to piss off like the hometown faithful, I guess. Sure. And then to have Dragon Lee confront him and this and that. But also maybe a great opportunity to have, maybe AJ's. I mean, you gotta circle to the Dragon Lee stuff too, but maybe if Jericho were to debut at this segment would be pretty crazy, and then maybe Jericho Gunther. But yeah, that's speculation and just guessing.
I mean, what a lot of people are speculating then too is like, AJ's gonna be there. Excuse me. We do get an AJ celebration, tribute, whatever, and AJ's, oh, thank you, Georgia. This is where I want to have my last moment, and like, I'm not coming back. And then Gunther comes out. I thought I put you away, old man. And then again, it takes away from the Saturday Night's Main Event match, but like. Again, it's similar to the Elimination Chamber thing. I was saying it's like, who cares? Because this is the better match. Like, it's fine, whatever, who cares? And this could lead to AJ versus Gunther, rematch at Mania. But then, like, is that the actual retirement match? But also, if AJ signed a new contract,
you'd have to have AJ win that match.
I think so, right?
Unless we were going to see another retirement match, which, like, that would be poop.
Yeah, I don't. And again, like, I'm sounding pretty like meh about it, but like if we're alluding to getting more AJ Styles, like great, but like it is just a little like, what are we doing?
I think it's very interesting, and like this might be all shown on WWE Unreal, but I think it's definitely something to me that kind of signifies. Well, AJ Styles is a man. And what do men do? They often lack.
They lie.
They lie. They also lack.
All I do is eat hot chip and lie.
Exactly. And they also lack communication skills. And to me, AJ definitely could have lacked communication skills on his retirement. And like, will he? Won't they? Maybe he wasn't sure what he wants to do because again, giving up and saying goodbye is so hard. So maybe he was kind of like again up in the air about what he wanted to do. And WWE was like, hey, we need a decision. Okay, retirement match in Saudi Arabia, Royal Rumble, we'll write you off, and then maybe it all is kind of working out where he's going to come back and do that official one last run, which I'd welcome, but I would be a liar to say if I wasn't kind of excited to see him go someplace else to do that. But
I know, does this really crush the hopes and dreams of an all elite run? I think it does.
I think it does too.
I really think it does, because at this point, like his contract's up. So if they are doing another AJ thing, like I don't know.
I blame Stephanie McMahon for getting him on his podcast and really making him sweat.
Yeah.
Like, are you really done? Like, look at me. But.
Yeah, I don't know. But I like the idea. Also, it's just like if we're getting Gunther versus AJ at Mania, that means we're not getting Gunther Ray, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
Oddly, because Gunther versus Ray would be a good match, and I think it's definitely a good enough send off for Ray. But at the same time, I don't want to see Ray go yet. So
yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of holding out hope of like not to be like that guy of like, if it's not my booking, it's wrong. But like like you have Dom, you got Dom there. It's like I don't know. Okay, we have some other stuff we could go to, but like in terms of WWE, but like we could tap into some AEW stuff. We kind of did talk about the Finn and Punk build up. We didn't go too in depth, but like we touched upon it. This El Grande stuff, which like great. I want to go to great. As I just said all that, let's go to AEW.
Let's do it.
Okay. Sure, we had Dynamite last week, but I think more closer related. We have AEW Grand Slam. We had a lot that happened on the show. We can just kind of talk all in general and like what we liked, whatever. We don't gotta go like beat for beat too much. But I don't know. Where do we go? We had talk to me.
They should have pulled the trigger on Andrade. The wrong man won.
Agree.
The wrong man won it humbly.
I agree. I agree. It's like, and not to get too about events or whatever,
Selfies?
but like there was a certain selfie that's really not a great look.
Not a great look at all.
Hangman.
And what I'll say about it too, it's like you because again, these wrestlers throwing stones, glass houses. Drew McIntyre is at birthday parties. We can do all day with certain things. With Hangman, it's tough because so much of his character relies on being that moral compass, and now where that's been kind of blurred, with that selfie, whatever. It's tough. It's a tough look, and then of course the apology too wasn't the best in my opinion. So like for me,
I didn't even see that. To be honest with you,
he addressed it. For me personally, like it doesn't affect my viewing of because I'm very much someone that separates art from artists and that, and like for me, Hangman. What I like about Hangman wasn't really his the good messages he was doing above wrestling, but I do think that there is definitely a movement of like people that really are big time cowboy shit lovers are like sort of have dampened it immensely on him, and then of course. Andrade is the hottest thing in wrestling right now. So you bring it back to the on-screen wrestling of it. Oh man, like what are you doing?
it's kind of a 1-2 punch where like one, you have Hangman that kind of fucked up in the eyes of a lot of the fans, and I would say I'm not even like the biggest fan of it. Granted, I haven't really been looking too much into it. I'm aware of what the Marty Scurll did, but like I haven't, like I said, I didn't even see the apology. I've been kind of not really looking too into it. However,
it's not part of the wrestling show.
Yeah, and on top of that stuff that's happening outside of wrestling, to match like Hangman's stock being lowered with the crowd, you also, like you said, you have Andrade who's on fire. So why not being like, hey, Hangman, let's you gotta brush up on your PR training here, and let's send Andrade to the moon.
You're also 1/3 of the trio's champions, you know, and you also had MJF versus Hangman at last year's Revolution. So what are we doing here?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you too. Like I like Hangman again. We're just speaking strictly in wrestling, character guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I've waved the Hangman flag, and like maybe it sounds whatever just because I'm saying this now, but like Hangman's never been my favorite in AEW. I don't think I think he's good. But like, I don't think he's the best wrestler in AEW. He's a great wrestler. I don't like. Hangman's never super done it for me like guys like Andrade, Kenny, MJF. He's always, to me, even Swerve, I think it's more interesting. He's always kind of felt like in that, even if you look at the main event scene right now, he's just been always been the least interesting. His peak to me was the Swerve feud with like burning down the house and whatever. But like, I like him saving AEW and defeating the Death Rider.
I think that was among the matches of the year, him versus Moxley.
That story, he does, I'm not trying to take away anything from him. My point is, I guess, is like, he didn't need to win. It's not like he was like, it's not like this is a Cody Rhodes moment where like, oh, you have to have Hangman the main event. You don't really need to have Hangman, in my opinion, in the world title scene as often, because I think you just have other better stars and more entertaining guys, and like I don't know, and I think it's more so, my sentiment is more so just like, yeah, you had it with fucking Andrade, dude. You had it. And like, I don't know, and granted, like, again, he is a heel, and like, the heel goes to we have these conversations all the time where it's like the heel's getting cheered or whatever, but like, still, who cares? Andrade's been on fire, and give me Andrade versus MJF, but we're not doing it. I was pretty bummed about that. I think it was a real wrong decision. I agree with that. Let's see. We had that's the official match now, right? Andrade versus MJF at Revolution. Yep. Yeah.
Can I tell you my match of the week? It's AEW.
We might have the same one, but go ahead.
Game 7.
Yep.
Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, ladder match.
This shit ruled. Also my match of the week, dude. This shit was nuts, dude. And it's two people who, like, you wouldn't think these two guys would be like wrestling soulmates, just because like they have like a little bit different style. They're just kind of cut from a different cloth wrestling wise, but like I think the yin and the yang is kind of what makes it so good. And like, what did Fletcher hit a fucking brain buster off the top of the ladder? Are you fucking crazy?
Let's see you take that Tom Brady.
This shit rocks, man.
I think Kyle Fletcher could have 5-star matches with brooms. I
Yeah.
truly do. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
discredit Mark Briscoe, but like Kyle Fletcher to me is just like next level, brother. Like
Yep.
when he beat Ciampa for the TNT Championship, I was floored, but also it's like, damn right he beat Ciampa, who just won that title for the TNT Championship. He's
Yep.
the man.
Yeah, that even goes to like, and that's been a whole discussion for the whole week about Ciampa, but we can talk about that if we want to. But yeah, this Fletcher Briscoe match, both them getting busted open. I mean, again, it's this was on free TV on Saturday, dude. And I think, and I hate to, well, I don't hate it, but not to compare AEW and WWE, they got different business structures and da-da-da. But to go to like, you know, we just talked about how we want to see AJ Lee wrestle. We want to see her wrestle and have a match and show us like, oh, we can have a sick match. But then you look at AEW and what they like, and this isn't. I don't mean it to make it specifically about AJ Lee. There's other examples of people who just like Roman Reigns doesn't fucking wrestle on the show, and it's like,
Dirty Down.
Sure, I don't know, Jade Cargill, but. Jade wrestled a lot more in AEW.
She did. That's why I fell in love with her.
Yeah,
she won all
yeah.
the matches, but yeah.
But no, to the point of like, yeah, sure, like all these people we mentioned, like I would love to see. I don't disagree about the Dom thing at all. Like Dom should be wrestling all the time, you know. But to the point of like, this is what AEW is giving you for free, and like here's some banger matches or whatever. But for some reason, AEW is like, no. We can only save these wrestlers for our big, and I know why. We can only save them for our big pay-per-view where we can charge, you know, $300, $500 for a nosebleed seat. And no, you don't deserve to have you know, we did get CM Punk versus Finn Balor, you know, a little bit ago, and that was great, but like we got lucky. We didn't deserve to get that. We should be thanking them that we got that.
Apparently.
Meanwhile, weekly, brother,
Yeah.
we're getting Briscoe versus Fletcher in a ladder match. We got MJF versus Brody King. Andrade banger matches against all-timers, against Kenny, Swerve, and Hangman back-to-back weeks.
My runner-up match of the week was Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta and
Fun as hell.
And Marina Shafir. Like,
Fun as hell.
Like fun as hell, and then now Wheeler is bald, and like
Yeah.
it was a great moment. Like such next level stuff, man. And again, that's on free freaking TV. And hand up too. Like I usually don't catch Collision on Saturdays. This past Saturday was Valentine's Day. I was alone, whatever.
Yeah,
But
nothing to do.
I had nothing to do. But I was
Strapped
actually
in.
like very much excited for the
too.
world title match and like the way they presented the card, and it felt like a massive deal, and it was. They delivered exponentially.
Yeah, no, I even like the top to bottom. Yeah, Tony and Orange Cassidy was a lot of fun.
Like I'm not usually big on intergender wrestling, this and that, but like they knocked out of the park, brother. Like they really did.
I mean, even like Moxley Takeshita, dude. Like this shit ruled.
Yeah, they went 20 minutes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they went the time limit and
Yeah.
draw, and now there's a thing which like, you know, a little piece of like the art of it where like, you know, which like maybe it breaks the fourth wall too much sometimes. But like Moxley going to the referee and be like, oh, we just kind of killed the crowd. Have Takeshita hit his finisher. Did you see that?
That was on the fly?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like that's like people like zoomed in and saw.
Because it was a
Moxley.
kind of a wet fart for, you know, anytime you get a draw.
100%.
You know, it sucks. But again, you're trying to, you know, why you do that
Yeah.
is to, you know, save both guys, whatever.
And apparently Mox went to the ref and communicated while looking like he was like giving the ref shit, communicated like have Takeshita get up and like
And hit him.
finish on me.
Oh,
and Takeshita did the
crowd
thing.
happy.
100%,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is like Mox, dude.
Next
Fucking
level
professional, dude.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, AEW is on a tear right now. It's really fun to see. Even like Babes of Wrath versus Mega Bad. This was cool. They got a new member. Welcome to the show. Something Cross. What's her name?
Lena.
Lena Cross. Hashtag We Want Cross.
That popped me big. I love that. It's hilarious. I love the Babes of Wrath. I do. You know, I just don't like seeing Megan Bayne lose. To me, I mean, shout out Thekla. That was a great showing at her new AEW Women's Champion.
Oh, so good.
But to me, that Megan Bayne hasn't been the AEW Women's Champion is a crime against humanity. She'll get there. To me, I'm wondering if it's a matter of like, oh, like she needs to sign long term. Maybe she shouldn't do that. But again, I don't want to. You know, that's not.
I would say, is that not a thing? She's not signing long term.
I don't know because I just don't. I'm trying to speculate why
Got it.
else Like Megan Bain has everything to me. She's a five. Well, I wouldn't say 5'2" player. I'm not sure if she's like the best at promos. Given though she didn't give much of a chance, honestly. I feel like Penelope Ford is more of the talking, but to me she's spectacular. But came up short against the Babes of Wrath, who I like a lot as a tag team, and Harley Cameron has improved a lot, and they're definitely still establishing that tag team division. But they signed the Iconics.
Inspiration.
Fed Mark here, sorry.
No, you're right. They just signed them. They're a huge addition to the tag division. That's exciting. To the Megan Bain of it all, I agree. I think Megan Bain's great. I think the problem is one, she's just been like stuck in these like tag teams and factions. She needs to be putting on just like banger singles matches. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think like have her, and the AEW does do a good job at like people climbing the ranks or whatever. I just think she hasn't been doing that, and I agree with you. I think it's been kind of like a waste a little bit. While you do have like, well, granted, the AEW women's division, singles division especially, hasn't really been booked all too well. Even before that match with Tekla, like Statlander hadn't been wrestling on TV. Even Willow with the TBS championship, haven't seen her too much on Dynamite.
There's too many titles, man.
There are too many titles.
They got to do something about that. And like even like Moxley's.
The Continental,
yeah. And then the
National now is split again to Ricochet. And I agree.
They created a title just for Ricochet. Just to shut that dude up. Like they literally just made a title. It's like, hey Ricochet, we know you haven't won anything yet. We got to give you something. But like again,
have a match with Jack Perry.
Jeez, man.
Tekla though, which wasn't huge on Grand Slam, but like, dude, Tekla, we haven't seen someone in a long time. I mean, like, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something crazy. I was going to say we haven't seen someone in a long time that has the it factor. But there's a lot of new people. Braun Breaker, Javon Evans, Kendall Gray. You know what I mean? But Tekla is Jade. In the same... Who?
Jade.
Sure, Jade. I won't push back. There hasn't been someone... She's the most recent person that have this it factor. And she's got it. She's got the promo. She's got the in-ring. Even just like a slight bit of character, which is all we need. You know what I mean? And
when I first saw her, I was just
a spider.
Well, the one trick spider. I was telling her like all she is doing that the spider emo thing. She's now proven me immensely wrong. Even like I was saying that jokingly. I knew she was definitely a more accomplished wrestler, but happy to be totally wrong about her being a one trick spider because she's certainly not.
Well, I haven't known too much about her since like I didn't really know who she was before her signing. And like I know she's like a very accomplished wrestler. I believe in Japan is where she kind of has made her name.
Queen of the Ring educated me. She's in a rock band.
She's in a rock band?
Apparently.
That's sick. Wow.
It kicks ass.
Her, Brody Lee. Sorry, not Brody Lee. Excuse me. Brody King.
Yeah.
The Brodies. I love I was surprised that, granted, like she did like lose already, but like shocked. Did we talk about this already? This already happened. We talked about this. I don't know if we talked about this already.
Statlander losing?
Yeah, Tekla winning. That happened like last week on Dynamite.
That happened last week, yeah.
Wow, time is an illusion. I love it. I was surprised Chris Statlander lost, but I'm not mad at this surprise win. A lot of people are like, "What the heck? Like we're doing all these title changes before, like like Ciampa lost the title and now Tekla won the title." And they're like, "What are we doing?" It's like, maybe it's just an interesting wrestling show. It's just you know what I mean?
God forbid this is actually a simulation of what an actual sports league that has outcomes that happens. Yeah.
What's your take before we're gonna end the show? Sure. But what's your take on the Ciampa losing and being considered a transitional champion? Do you agree or disagree with that?
So who was the champ? Ciampa beat Briscoe. No, when you do the transitional champion thing,
I know you'd be on the right side of history.
To me,
tell him.
To me, when you the term transitional champion is when you're trying to you have one baby face, you have a heel win, and then the next baby face wins. That's not what they did here. They had a face lose to kind of a tweener, and then a tweener lose to the heel. I would not put the title transitional on Ciampa. It was definitely a short run, but it was definitely super memorable in a big moment. I think something that
did what it needed to do.
Did what it needed to do, and it definitely is not a transitional champion. I think that's a miss moniker on that for sure.
I agree, and I'm glad you said that because I feel like I was going crazy.
People just throw things around, and
that's the thing.
Wrestling jargon that doesn't always.
I think it's one of two things. It's one where people just saw the short reign, and it went back onto a Fletcher who has had it recently, and it's like, oh well, they're just hot, like sure, if you want to call it hot potatoing, maybe, but like I just think it was a short run. But like people misconstrued it being a short run for a transitional, while like there's no, like, my argument against that is like, well, how long does it need to be? A week, 3 weeks, a month? Like, what's the threshold for it not to be transitional? And
I really think it has to do with the babyface heel of it too. Like the best example I can think of a transitional champion was when The Miz cashed in on, I believe it was Drew McIntyre, to then lose to Bobby Lashley, because they didn't want Drew McIntyre to lose to Bobby Lashley straight up.
Sure.
So they had The Miz take it off with a briefcase, and then Lashley win it, and then Drew beat Lashley. So like, to me, there's definitely...
That's the biggest argument, right? Is that a transitional champion is so you can avoid a scenario. But Briscoe versus Fletcher happened anyway.
Just a match of athletic competition. Like,
a
result happened. It's not traditional.
The guy lost to Kyle Fletcher in an amazing match, and it's I don't know. I think people, it's an example of like people, and I'm not saying I'm sure I'm guilty of it, but like people learning wrestling jargon and wanting to throw that out so we all seem smarter and in the know and whatever. But like I'm with you. I disagree. It was a short run. And I think there's even, if you want to question about it being short and maybe it shouldn't have went back to Fletcher, like, sure, by all means, we can have that discussion. But like, to call it transitional champion, I think it's just a miscategorization. But yeah, I agree.
It does remind me of when I went to Focus Pro for the first time, and like there was kind of a lull after post game entered. The post game's a pretty accomplished Focus Pro tag team. They've been tag team champions for a long time, and I just learned that from a fan that was sitting next to me. So when it was all kind of quiet, and I wasn't even trying to get them to notice me saying it, but I kind of look over to my buddy, and go, "Oh, kind of looking like a couple of transitional champions." They both jumped out of their skin. They're like, "These insider terms. What do you think you are?" Like, started beefing me like in the.
They're great heels. They're awesome. So good.
It was so funny.
Did Hellfire Maguire come at you?
Yes, yeah.
He's so
stinks.
good.
Well, he stinks, like actually, like stinks.
He stays in character too.
But yeah, he's awesome.
If he's like even like after the shows, I go and like chat with some of the wrestlers or whatever, and like post game they're like super cool, like regular guys. Like even if they're like out of character and just like regular hanging there drinking a beer, taking photos, Hellfire Maguire is in character the whole time.
I love that,
it's
dude.
so good.
That's how you get over.
It's awesome. Yep. Okay, well I think. Yeah, there was some stuff on, Grand Slam that we didn't touch upon, but we are well over an hour and a half here. I think that is the main show. Folks, head over to patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. Real quick thing while we're leaving off.
Yeah.
We both had our match of the week.
Yep.
Off the top of your head, do you have a wrestler of the week?
It is Cody Rhodes, QB1, big. It's his chamber to win, and I think too, very interesting. We did some short form yesterday, or posted some short form about. It was like about, I think, Cody Rhodes. Who's better on the mic than Cody Rhodes?
Yep.
I wish we did stay with current wrestlers. I think that would have been more challenging than 7 current wrestlers. But
we can do that for a future one.
Future one for sure. But I did think it's interesting. WWE on the YouTube page posted 30 minutes of Cody Rhodes like annihilating people on the mic, which I'm like, the Stache Club difference right there, folks. I think the WWE is keeping their tabs on what we do. So I'm just saying. I'm gonna
go. My wrestler of the week will be the Masked Man.
Oh, come on, John. He has to wrestle a match. I know my
a dominant run over the past week's coming out, taking out everyone. Or you know what?
My wrestler of the week last week was Big E, and he hasn't had a match since like 2004. So I understand.
Maybe I think my wrestler of the week's gonna be the Crate. Yeah, that's what my wrestler of the week's gonna be. The Mystery Crate.
Ooh, okay.
Give me a term people can say if they make it to the end.
Give me a real wrestler of the week. Don't you
no?
Yeah,
okay.
we got to keep the prestige of wrestler of the match of the week.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. Give me someone.
I did kind of say that as a cop out because
I hear you.
I didn't really think of it.
It was very easy to pick match of the week for me. I'll tell you that much. But for wrestler of the week, sometimes match and wrestler of the week kind of coincides. Maybe one of the
100%.
One of the boys in there.
I want to give it to Andrade, but he lost. I do like kind of keeping it like at least half in kayfabe,
Mm-hmm.
Give me Kyle Fletcher.
Fuck yeah.
It's a little bit of a cop out because they had match of the week, but looking at the card. Could just be MJF. MJF and we didn't really talk about MJF and Brody. That was a fun match.
It was.
The fucking Brody's finisher. I forget what it's called. The fucking pile driver he does where he picks him up and just fucking boo is fucking unreal.
People don't like MJF's kind of cartoon mannerisms when he's getting his ass kicked. Fuck out of here. It's awesome. It's so good, dude.
It's wrestling.
He's facing a giant. He's putting over the giant.
Great.
If Brody King had you by the neck, you'd be making cartoon noises too, pal. What the hell?
Yeah, I'll go with Fletcher.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Fletcher. All right, folks. Yeah. All right. Phrase. I know we should have this.
Phrase. Last week is peanut butter jelly time.
It is fun. People have been doing. I saw peanut butter and jelly comments.
There was some
people
few
are
in
making
there.
it to the end.
We are gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Sure. Oh yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that movie, to be honest with you. I'm not a big Nick Cage guy. I don't know why. He just hasn't. I loved him in that horror movie. Long
Face
Legs.
Off? Oh.
Long Legs. I haven't seen. I think I am just not a big Nick Cage guy. So I haven't seen too much Nick
Fair.
Cage. But like, I don't know.
National treasure.
I know. I haven't seen it. I got to tap in.
Folks, did you steal the Declaration of Independence? Let us know in the comments.
Or specifically, yeah, I guess like question and answer. So don't just give us yeses and nos. I won't know what that means.
Oh, true.
But give us the phrase. Which, like I said, I've been enjoying seeing the phrase. I'm like, oh no way, they made it to the end.
Means a lot. Means a lot.
All right, folks, that's it. Patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. We have a bunch of your questions over there to get through. Thank you to Dan for making your debut.
Yes, audio listeners, if you were wondering what happened earlier, I have a hand puppet that's a dinosaur that is now part of the show. That for takes I don't want to get in trouble for, I'll go to Dan.
Welcome to the squad, Dan. Dan, the hot take dinosaur.
I love it.
He's a theme song. All right, folks, that's it. We'll send you off. Oh, is Dan gonna? There we go, Dan.
So.
Thank you, Dan. Peace. Everyone have a good weekend. Well, it's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Bye.
Oh, stay curious.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was 35 degrees and sunny, and I was like, spring's here. Have you guys ever regretted going to a wrestling event / not found it worth the cost of tickets? What are your general thoughts on the crazy high WWE ticket prices nowadays? I mean, the ticket prices are just absurd. I think Robert Pattinson's the best Batman.
I'm with that, brother.
Woo!
I'm with that, brother.
Taking Twitter off my phone, I have noticed an improvement.